Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. I, A. Shravya, faculty from Department of Chemistry, RBVRR Women's College, would like to grab this wonderful opportunity to introduce today's first guest speaker, Dr. Chetan Srivastava sir, Associate Professor, School of Management Studies, University of Hyderabad. Sir has received his doctoral degree in business management from Osmania University, Hyderabad. Sir is the youngest PhD holder in the Faculty of Management, Osmania University. Sir has done his master's in business administration with marketing, HRM, and systems as specializations, and PhD in strategic marketing from Osmania University. Sir has also done his postgraduate course in computer applications from CMC Limited. Sir is a Microsoft certified solution developer. Sir has a vast experience of over 2 decades in academics and industry in varied capacities in training and research consultancy. Sir had recently relinquished his role as co-chair in Placement Guidance and Advisory Bureau, University of Hyderabad, faculty coordinator in placements, coordinator, postgraduate diploma in energy management, and many more such honorable um, awards to him. Sir has many feathers in his cap. To name a very few of them, Sir has recently conferred with AK's Global Teacher Award 2020, where nominations were from more than 110 countries across the globe, including USA, UK, Australia, Canada, Africa, etc. Sir has been conferred with MTS Global Outstanding Management Teacher Award in 2019, AIMS ICFI Best Teacher Award, Best Professor Award in Marketing in 2017. Sir was also honored with Icon Dronacharya of the Year in 2018, AGBA Distinguished Global Scholar Award in 2019, Excellent Teacher Award in 2019, Global Outreach Education Award for Excellence Teacher in Marketing in 2019, and many more. Sir is a much sought out speaker to be much sought after speaker to be a keynote speaker, theme speaker, session chair, chief guest of honor, invited speaker, panelist for many national and international conferences, induction programs, FDPs, annual day functions, award functions, and many more. Sir is a member of academic advisory boards, board of studies, subject expert panels in various institutions and universities. Sir is also has also co-authored and authored various journals, papers, best-selling books, which are part of standard curriculum for varied courses like MBA, MCA, BE, BTech, MSc, MCom, BSc, BCom, in varied universities across the country. Sir also has presented various papers and published various journals and papers in many national and international journals. Sir also was an invited chair person, coordinator, director, organizer for various national and international conferences, events, seminars, etc. Sir uh, is guiding currently 5 scholars who are in advanced stages of research. Already 5 research scholars have been awarded PhD under Sir's supervision. It is really an honor to have you with us today, sir. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. With this brief and inspirational introduction, I would like to welcome Dr. Chetan Srivastava, sir, to share his expertise through his talk. Sir, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Shavya, madam, and all others who are present here. You know, not taking much time, I'd like to share my screen. I'm just trying to share my screen. I know it has been a difficult thing today. To share my screen, just give me a second. So, no, Shavya, madam, you really raised the expectations of all the students here. I'm very happy to be a part of this program because one institution which has been doing a human service. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, full screen. Yeah. So we the Ready College doing a human service for the women, and they are really doing a great job since ages to go. And it's an institution which has been an institution of repute, and you have the eminent personalities visiting it. So it's a privilege for me also to get associated with this institution and do my bit of it to go on. So when we talk about personality development, and one first thing which actually comes to my mind, like I was heading the placements of the university and as a co-chair kind of thing. So we always had a issue with thing to go, and so many companies come in and things to go, but end of the day, we do not have uh, uh, turnout ratios and all things to go. So when we were wondering what's happening, what is the basic kind of thing. So when we look into the thing, we have the best students around, we have the kind of thing to go, but what happens there is when we are basically trying to talk about looking into the kind of thing to go, we actually are missing on to why are they basically not getting the kind of selection. So we were looking in the issue is the soft skills, the personality, the kind of thing to go. It's not their thing to go. And even the employability index, which actually talks about it, also says that yes, this is the issue to go. And so let us move ahead and do a part of our thing to go. And how do I talk about my personality and things to go and work across? So, let me thank all the COVID warriors when we are trying to talk about it to go in. So, when we are looking into the kind of uh, thing, they have been the wonders, and now we are really going through a tough time with third wave being predicted, and let us do that kind of thing where we are trying to talk about the virus who have been struggling hard for us to do, and a sincere thanks from our thing to go, and let's begin. So whatever I'm speaking here basically is a part of absolute academic purpose. It does not mean to hurt anybody, any sentiment and feelings to go in case I happen to do it, I'm sorry for that. I didn't mean to do it intentionally or all. And anything which I'm using here basically for cited, uncited, some photographs and things to go and are basically for academic purpose. I thank all the original authors for them if I have not cited them also. Okay. So when you are trying to talk about the thing, the beauty, doesn't last forever. The beautiful personality does. So that's the basic thing to go. And one beautiful quote which talks about it that the physical beauty doesn't last for long, but the personality which actually goes in, it stays thing forever to go. And the beauty gets the attention, and the personality gets the heart. So we are looking at the kind of thing where you make a mark and stay back into the kind of people thing to move. So
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to disturb you. You have been muted, sir. Can you please unmute yourself? Yes, sir.
Madam, I want to mute it. Yeah. Can I have my screen wider? My screen is not visible to me actually. I'm seeing your screen here. If you can, or I'll do one thing. Yeah. My screen is not visible to me. Is it visible to all? Full screen?
No.
Yes, sir. It is visible,
It,
sir.
Huh. Because on my screen it's only shown as a preview kind of thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So let me start doing it. So get into that kind of thing. Plato said more than 2000 years ago, no two persons are born alike. That's something which is very, very vital for us to go on. But each of us differs in natural endowments, one being suited for one occupation and another for others to go in. So when you're looking into the kind of thing, what distinguishes a person to person is their personality, and let us see how do we do on. So when we talk about personality and things to go, and something really comes to my mind, and nothing religious about it. So it is the greatest leader of all the time with a great personality, Sri Krishna. So when you talk about it, we have a lot to learn about him as a person, as a thing to go in. This particular gentleman had adversities right from his birth to go in. When you look into that, when he was born, he was separated from his natural parents, and when he was a kid, he had so many people attempting his life and things to go in. We're not looking at the divinity part; we're looking at the troubles part to go in. And then throughout his life, he had suffering to go in, but always had a smile on his face. And he was the one who was mentoring people, who was trying to talk about how to go life in. And at the end of the day, he was the one who motivated Arjuna also in the Mahabharata, the Gita to go in. So when you're looking in the kind of thing, a personality, we may have a lot of adversities in our life to go in, but your personality is what keeps you calm, keeps you composed, keeps you going ahead. That's no doubt the reason ahead where it goes in. And the feeling that you are there to help somebody will actually go in and really matter a lot to go in. Then you had Gautam Buddha, who was one more greatest personality to go in. So when you are looking into the kind of thing which actually works, and the one who was moved by the pity, the kind of human things to go in, or the Samrat Ashoka, the personality. What do we talk about him? The one once incident changes his life, an entire thing going. Today we have his Ashoka Chakra in our national emblem, the four lions to go in, and we also have the Ashoka Chakra in our national flag. Then we also say Satyameva Jayate. All those things were thing which actually goes in. Yeah. The Alexander the Great. So when you talk about the personality of Alexander the Great, when we talk about this particular gentleman, so we all know the story where he finally understood that what actually is important for a human being after winning the world over, and he said, this is what you have to talk about. It's not riches, it's not anything to do. It's your value, it's your affection, it's your things to go, and relations matter a lot. Chhatrapati Shivaji, one who has actually made India proud, the Bharat Mata proud to go, and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. We had these personalities actually do, and when Jawaharlal Nehru. Then we talk about Rabindranath Tagore, Indira Gandhi, the iron personality, which you talk about it to go, and C.V. Raman, and and I think Kalpana Chawla, who doesn't know her. So when you are looking at these kind of personalities, each of them had their own charishma, whose own kind of thing to go in, and things to go across and work. Am I making some sense? Is it interesting? Yeah.
Yes,
Are you
sir.
all in? Yeah. I wish you most of you put on your screen so that video so that you can see us. So now comes the leaders of the today to go in the business icons. Azim Premji, Narayan Murthy, Sabir Bhatia, who started your Hotmail to go, and then Sunil Mittal, the Airtel, and things to go. So when you're looking at these kind of personalities, there's a lot which actually goes, and GRD Tata, or we talk about erstwhile thing to go on, the Birla and Ambani is the legendary business industrialist and business tycoons who have been wonderful personalities around to move. So when you're looking into the kind, and who doesn't know them? Uh, is there anyone who doesn't know any one of these people in there? I have not used the modern kind of thing. I thought I'll use some of them who are been there to go in. I'm sure that I used a lot of women there because you are in a women's college, and I think many of you idealize and would get into them to go in. So film personalities are somebody who most of us idolize. Is it not? Who are your idols here? Any of you can speak. No one. No one wants to say anything. Yeah, let me move ahead. So when you are looking into the kind of things to go, if you are looking at the great personalities, and like this, we have been seeing so many people around, the legendary Lata Mangeshkar, the Amitabh Bachchan, the MS Subbalakshmi, or Madhuri Dixit, Hema Mali, anybody to go in which goes across, or the legendary cricketers, the sportsmen, then the kind of thing PT Usha, then things actually go in and move. Now here comes the great people. Dr. Kalam, whom I really admire, and was the thing. I had an opportunity to meet him in person for 3 to 4 occasions when he was the president, not as the president, after the president. So I even had a one-to-one interaction with him. So one kind of thing which I cannot forget, I got my PhD from him too. So when you talk about that to go in, and I also happened to meet, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji and Ravi Shankar ji. I was fortunate to meet these three individuals. Now, when they are trying to talk about these kind of things, which actually go in their personalities who have influenced the entire world to go and go across. Now, this is a blank. What does this blank indicate? Whose photo you are expecting here? Do participate and let's make it interactive. You're all into the beginning of your MSCs to go, and I think you should be able to do this. So this blank photo, I want it to be you. Next time when I'm making a presentation somewhere on personality, I should be using some of your photographs. Say that yes, these are the ones who have been diligent, who have done something great, something big, and things to go on. Don't you think so? You will picture here. There, yeah, Pragnya. Yes, at least you can put it on chat box. If you're not able to speak, you can put it on chat box. So when you're looking to go, and so when we are looking at this kind of thing to go, where you are trying to talk about a personality, where we are looking at things to go, what will make you come here? Let us look into that. The personality, the personality development which actually goes, and so it talks about positive thinking, it talks about self-confidence, everything which actually goes, and how do you create that particular personality, and when that's a thumbs up it goes, and so you want to win the world is here, and you have to win the world, and that actually goes, and as a personality to go. So what actually is a personality? Just wanted to tell you this quote, even though it's in Hindi, I thought I'll surely use it here, because एक व्यक्ति की personality का अंदाजा उसके चेहरे से नहीं लगाया जाता. So this beautifully says that a person's personality cannot be judged by his face to go in, but बल्कि उसके कार्य व्यवहार और आत्मविश्वास से लगाया जाता है. So it is basically his work, his behavior, and his confidence. So that actually determines a personality to go. And so when you are trying to talk about a personality, it is not you as a physical human being. It is as you as an holistic person which actually goes in. So personality basically is just not about being physical kind of thing. It's all your holistic kind of thing to move in. So let us talk about the personality is all about thoughts, feelings, behaviors. So get that thought into it to go in. So when you're looking into the your thought shape of your personality, your feeling shape of your personality, your behavior shape of your personality. So as a matter of fact, whatever you're trying to do in your life is, your thoughts take you there. So if you have wonderful thought process to go in, and that would lead you to a great thing to go in. Now, a simple example I'll tell you. You're all science students. I'm not a science student, but let me tell you, Newton, when they was sitting under that apple tree, that famous story to go in, an apple falls down, and then he thinks, now why did apple fall down? If you, me, and others are sitting in his place, what do we do? When you are sitting under an apple tree and apple falls down, what do we do? What do we do?
Automatically eat.
Pick it up and eat. Very good. Pick it up and eat. So that's our thought process. But Newton did not pick it up and eat. He picked it up and thought, hey, why did this fall down? Oh, that's the thought process. No, that's the thing which actually goes and it gave rise to those gravitational theories and things to go in. Today, the whole world works onto those principles to go in. So though controversies are there, we'll not talk about them. So when you talk about the kind of thing, gravitational theories, gravitational kind of thing, everything had come from that apple falling down. A simple thought, actually has changed the thing to go. And I always tell that an idea can change your life. So that thought process in your mind can change your entire personality, entire career, entire thing to go. And at one point of time, these kind of thoughts trigger us. So get into the thought process and catch hold of them, and it actually works wonders thing to go in. So take care of your thought, they'll shape up your personality to go in. So feelings and behaviors also determine your thing to go in. How do you feel? What do you feel about it to go in? We'll get into it to go how feeling, how your behaviors and all matter to go in. So that's a recipe for success, and all of us want to be successful. Is there anyone who doesn't want to be successful here? And success is very relative. Please do not take it as success to be one where you are going to have a lot of money or a lot of thing to go. And success is very relative. So you are trying to talk about having the success kind of thing which actually works. And so make that thing successful, and thing to go in. So when we want to be successful, what is that you know thing, the recipe for success? So when you're trying to talk about uh, the success kind of thing, so when you are looking into the kind of thing, let us get into it. The best investment you can make is in yourself. That's a Warren Buffett who says that, he's the one who has been the world's richest person kind of thing. So when you're trying to talk about the world's richest person, talking about the kind of what is the best investment, is supposed to be an investment guru kind of thing to go in, and who actually are trying to talk about it to move. So when you are trying to look into the Warren Buffett who says the best investment you can make, so start making now. Don't look at where can I put money. Share market is volatile. Now today we talk about this to go, and money is not a criteria to determine, because money will be there and will go off. But when you have a great personality, that personality will always stay back to go in and work across. So the purpose of a life is to live it, to taste the experience to the utmost, to reach out to the eagerly and without fear of newer and richer experience. So life is itself an experience. So when you start locating those experiences to go, and your personality moves and your personality works across to go, and that is one which actually determines and things to get in how you are leading your life to go and works across. So this one thing which always goes on: life's ups and downs. All of us go through ups and downs in our lives. It's like that's to go in, because life has been somehow a series of thing which actually goes in with ups and downs. So when you are trying to talk about ups and downs in life, so when you are looking in those ups and downs in life, it's like an ECG. When you are a science student, you all know ECG also has ups and downs kind of thing. A straight line in ECG means you are no longer there. So when you're trying to talk about life's ups and downs, provide window of opportunity to determine your values and goals. Please remember, thinking of using all obstacles as stepping stone to build your life what you want. That's a beautiful thing to go. So don't get disturbed by ups and downs in life. They're part of your life. You always have those ups and downs, and everybody across the world has an ups and downs. It's not that you may think that Ambani doesn't have ups and downs, or Birla doesn't have, Tata doesn't have, or look at that Trump doesn't have ups and downs, or Biden doesn't have ups and downs. Everybody has across the world. Narendra Modi had ups and downs in life. So when you're looking into the kind of thing, there's ups and downs. How do you learn from them? How do you maintain that structure in life, and it goes, and never get disheartened by those ups and downs, and things to go in, and you are going to have the best kind of thing which actually works, and to go across. Use them as stepping stones and build your life. So success doesn't come to you. Please remember that. You have to go to it. When it's like this, when mountain doesn't come to you, go to the mountain. So it's simply, success doesn't come to you, so you go to it. So that's a path. It's a beautiful path. You see that's beautiful path to success. Then you always see them, it's a bit dangerous. It is very narrow, it is very tough, obstacles are there, but when you are going onto the journey to success, the path is very, very beautiful than the destiny itself. So enjoy the road to success. On the road to success, the goal is success, but the journey is more important. So look at the journey which actually goes. And Jack Welch once beautifully said, I still remember that quote. He said, for me, numbers are not important. For me, the means of achieving those numbers are important. So journey is more important to go in. So the first step to getting the things you want in your life is this: decide what you want. That's all about your personality. What do you want in life? Do you want money? Do you want riches? Do you want a life to go in? Do you want to be knowledge? Do you want to do research? Do you want a job? Or do you just want to relax in life? There's somebody, you would have seen an advertisement of a famous, popular soft drink. Again says, enjoy. You do this job, you do this, and finally you make money and all. Then what do you do with that? Then he says, finally you sit and enjoy. So he says, I'm doing it right now. Why then I have to do it? So you decide on what do you want to do in life. That's very vital. So that's the first step. What do you want to become in life? And a decision, it all depends on your personality to actually goes and decide what you want. Set your goals. Set your goals. That's very, very vital. Imagine, cricket is the most popular game, we all know that, but still when you talk about world across, it's a football which is very, very popular. How many of you watch football, play football? Many of you? Yeah, some answers. Yeah, it's a beautiful game where two teams are there, and each team's goal is to see that they kick the ball into the opposite goal post to go in. So they're playing. You have the best teams across in the world, and they're playing the game, and it's a World Cup match. So when they're playing that game, imagine there is no goal post. Without a goal post, without a goal post, your football match is there. It makes no sense because you don't know the direction. So similarly to our life, decide the goals. That's very vital. So what are your goals? Career goals, education goals, family goals, financial goals, physical goals, pleasure goals, public service, artistic attitude, whatever it is, you set up your goals because everybody cannot have the same goals. You decide, this is what I want to achieve. Be realistic. Don't, I can't be a prime minister always. I can't be this to go. It doesn't mean that you're limiting yourself. You can be anything. What do you decide? The thoughts determine your thing, and you need to work for them. So when you talk about it, to go and make up a realistic goal given your strengths, or you can develop your strengths to achieve the goal. Think big. Somebody says aim for stars, at least you'll fall on moon. That was beautifully said. So aim for stars, you'll fall on moon. So decide that goals to go in and work across, and don't focus. What do you get by achieving your goal is not important. I'll tell you one thing here. I always believe in this kind of thing to go. And what do you achieve? When you are basically going by the goals to go in, is all what you become by achieving your goals is
Excuse me, sir. Sir, sorry to disturb you. Your voice is not audible, sir. I think there's a network issue. Sir, you're not audible to us, sir, and your video is also stuck, sir. I think there's a network issue from your side. Sir, are you able to join, sir? All the participants are requested to please wait for 2 minutes. Sir will be joining us shortly. Sir, kindly unmute yourself, sir.
I'm sorry, I joined back. Are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
sir.
are able to hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Mo, for the disturbance. I don't know what's the problem. All my net is there, but I don't know what actually is the issue. No problem. We'll move ahead and do it. Sorry for the disturbance and do it. So when you are trying to talk about
This meeting is being recorded.
yeah, I'm audible now. Video is
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so when you are trying to talk about this to go, and sometimes this kind of disturbance happen. So when you're trying to talk about it, life is indeed difficult. See, when I said it, life is difficult, it has started giving us some difficult moments. So when you talk about it to go, and partly because we want to do better, overcome new challenges, we have got through these new challenges which have been there, for us to go in. So in order to survive, basically we need to do, and happiness is experienced largely in striving toward the goal. So not having attained things, our nature becomes want to go on to the next endeavor. So that's the basic idea to go on. When you talk about your personality, this actually moves. And so let me tell you one beautiful thing. So now, what do you have? Whatever you want to become, Abraham Lincoln beautifully said, "Be a good one." Whatever you want to do in your life, and be a good one. You know, hope you are all able to hear.
Yes, sir. We are able to hear you, sir.
Yeah, VPT also you're able to see.
Yes, sir. We are able to see,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. So when you thank you, ma. So whatever you are, you be a good one. That's a beautiful thing to go. And so whatever is your personality, do a good one thing actually goes. That's very important and things to go. And automatically success would be yours. So since we said we started with the thing that who doesn't want to be successful to go in, all of us want to be successful and all of us want to do this kind of thing to go in. So create that kind of success which actually goes in and move across and thing to go. So when you're trying to talk about the kind of success ladder, it adds up bit by bit and you move into move. So never let the success go to your head or failures go to your head. That's where your personality is all about. So usually we are taught about success stories and things to go. And whenever we discuss in classes, when we discuss about anything to go, we always talk about who has been successful, what has been there to go. And so let's start talk a small bit here about it. IQ. All of us are aware of that intelligence quotient. There have been a huge big kind of thing when everybody says IQ, and there was a war on things, and it's an intelligence quotient, and there's a people with high IQs and things to go. And so when you talk about this to go in high IQs, was the order where everybody was saying we want intelligence to go. And after some time, people had a big thing to go, and IQ had though today we see people with very high IQ, absolutely great IQs, but the issue is emotionally they are nothing but quotient. IQ, moving on to EQs. So when you talk about even EQ, it talks about your emotional quotient, how strong you are in emotion, how can you handle situations in life and things to go. And so when you talk about emotions, your behaviors and all would get into their EQ mode to go in. Then you started talking about social quotient. So you talk about the social quotient, SQ or spiritual quotient, which actually goes in, not religious. So when you're trying to talk about all these quotients, these are the personality traits, these are the personality, how to do and how do you handle. So people are looking at those kind of things. I'll tell you one story. Once there was an is a real story interview for a CEO of a company. So many people are identified, and finally, three people who were shortlisted had come to the final interview kind of the interaction, not interview. So, and these three people who have been done the best in their fields, they have been having great success at the products they have done, the of organizations they have handled and all. So all the three were top notch. Now, how do you select them? How do you make the best out of these three? Now, finally, they had interactions and all, and finally, the outcome was there. One person was selected, and all of them are equally good. And somebody asked them, "What is? How did you, or what was the reason? Why did you select this particular person as your CEO?" Then they said, we have, you know, taken the failures as a basis, not the success. So the one question was asked to them. Now, what was the biggest failure, adversity, and how did you handle? The success is something you just go and so all of them have a great success story. If I ask them the success story, they have the greatest success story. But the failure, how did you handle that failure? That's something which is very, very important to go and so the selection was made by based on the kind of success story by these people. So failure to handling that. So similarly in our lives, the current quotient which I always advocate is AQ, adversity quotient, because we are not taught to handle adversities in life. So our personality is all about how do you handle adversities, tough situations, something which you don't expect happens. For example, the COVID, we never expected in life this kind of situation would come, but how do you handle that? That is vital. Now, that is very, very difficult. Having adversities in life are very, very tough, and we don't know how to handle them because we are not taught to handle those kind of things to go in. Handling a bereavement in the family, losing a loved one, or missing an exam, failing, and then having an accident, and getting something which you didn't want any unexpected thing happens. So how do you handle that? So that is the personality that goes, and it's very difficult, that behavioral thing, adversity quotient. So today we talk about, IQs, EQs, SQs, and all are the passe. What is important is adversity quotient, the AQ. How many of you can handle adversities? It is very tough, and adversities are something which all of us would face one sometime or the other, and it's very difficult to handle them. So when you are able to handle an adversity, that's your personality to go in. So when you're looking into the kind of thing, when I'm trying to talk about how to do it, so let the failures, successes that get to heart, and egos and things to go in, and let not the failures to go to your heart. So start doing social service, because it gives you a lot of good feeling. How many of you do? And other day was reading a small story about a little girl. So this girl was even spoken about by Prime Minister of our country in his Man Ki Baat kind of program. This girl, comes from a very poor family. When this lockdowns and the thing for the original time started, now she has become an ambassador for UN, kind of thing for poverty kind of thing. So this girl, whether it is was not able to handle, look at the people who are really going through crisis and all laborers. So it is about Karnataka, Kerala. She was trying to talk about people going out of the prison, and without footwear, without food, and all hunger things that moved. And she asked her father, "What can we do?" She also was a very poor family to go in. So father said, "Ma, I don't have anything." She wanted to be a civil servant. So father has saved a lot of money with hardships, and 5 lakh rupees kind of thing has saved for her education, final for things to go in. Then she asked her father, "Dad, can I have those 5 lakh rupees which I've saved for my education to help these people?" Father was saying, "How come you do it? I don't have enough money, ma, to educate you further. So how do you do it?" So then she said, "I don't want that. Let me see what can be done. Please give that. Will help these people." And father couldn't say no, because he thought she's doing for a good purpose. And she started gathering few people and started making food and helping them with these people, and all those people were given. So finally her work, she's done so much for the people to go in, and somebody saw that work, and they chipped in some more money, and this went on, and this actually became such big that her story became so popular, and things to go in. And finally you could see Prime Minister talking about her in Man Ki Baat. She was taken as an example how you can do it. So that kind of thing help. When you help others, she never thought that she would get that recognition. The coaching centers, the government took over and said, we'll not charge her anything for future education. Some coaching centers have said that we do it free. So entire thing happened, and she could achieve on the way to achieve what she wanted to do. But that's not expected. But have a good feeling which actually goes and move across. So it gives you contentness, it gives you into satisfaction that we are doing something for the others to go and do that kind of thing. Be thankful to the thing to go. And that's a part of your personality which actually goes and be an inspiration for others to move. And you must be the change you want to in the world to go in. So when you're trying to talk about the change you want to do and create that change which actually goes on, develop your personality. It's all about us. What we are doing all this is today is how do you develop that kind of personality. So I'm not giving you theories of personality. I'm not giving you, tidbits of personality. I'm telling you how actually what is important for us to go. And so what happened, somebody asked, a wise man, where I have the biggest career kind of thing. The wise man said, be a good human being. There's a scarcity, you have a great demand. So that's a personality which actually go and move across. So when you're trying to talk about the kind of thing which actually goes and climb the ladder to success, that's what is in personality which actually goes and moves across. To start with, your madam started with a beautiful quote. I also wanted that quote in my. I think that quote is also there in my presentation about whom you discover yourself kind of thing, which actually goes. And so it's all starts with discovering yourself and what do you do and so across and move and do that particular thing, because the communication begins from inside, the personality development begins from inside, everything begins from inside. Start doing that kind of thing to go. you know let forget not your values, they are very important. When you talk about it to go, and people say that value is an old fashioned kind of thing. No, never. Values would be there with you forever to go, and it's what distinguishes you from somebody else to go. And do not compromise on your values. Stand by your values, and I think you'll achieve what you want to achieve in life. Maybe a lot of hearts should be there, that's a different story. And we need to balance ourselves with the world. World is a shark, big shark, and we need to see how do you balance yourself. That actually goes in, and it's a tough balance, and that can be only done with having a personality which would have the traits which could distinguish you from others to go. And please remember, black or white, Hindu, Muslim, Christian or Sikh, believer, non-believer, no one is given one more day a year, 1 more hour per day, or 1 more second per minute than anyone else to succeed. All of us are given the same 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and so on and so forth. And in that time, you need to do it. And success is again relative, and today's success is individual. It's not about earlier that somebody says you, no, this is your success, but my success is today my own kind of thing. I say this, if I feel that I have done this much, I am successful, that should be fine to go on. So one may not be able to pull up someone, but please remember, you can always think of a place that you don't let somebody fall. So you are with this one thing. I really loved it. I thought I'll show you. So that's where the personality happens. When you talk about it to go in, even if you're not able to pull up somebody, even if you're not able to help them, somebody to go in, at least you help them out not to get into troubles. So do whatever you want to do, and then you are trying to talk about seeing that you don't let anybody fall because of you to go on. And please remember, we are all moving toward being very mechanical, of being human. We are getting into a world of high tech. Even the classes today are high tech. I wish I would have, been there in person. You all been there in person. Unfortunately, COVID is a culprit. But otherwise, this human interaction is more wonderful to go on. So, high touch and high tech is something which is there. So even in your high tech guy, your high touch is important. So way being human is very important. Let us not forget that we are all human beings, and create that personality in you which actually goes on. Now here comes the problem, and I'm giving this solution. So for your personality, for anything to go on, it is the fear which comes in. How many of you seen this gun? Anybody saw this gun? Yeah. What is special about this gun? Yeah. Anybody can speak? What is specialty about this gun which you're seeing on the screen? Any one of you? Yeah. Nikila, Shilpa, Akila, Pratyusha, Ruchika, Samyukta, Soumya, Anita, Akila, Sridivya, Rachna, Jalaja, Pavani. Huh. We need to kill our fear. The gun is special, it's a reverse gun. So we are trying to talk about the reverse gun to go, and here the reverse gun is all about your gun's trigger is always in the opposite side, but this time the gun's trigger is for you to go. And so when you are trying to talk about a trigger is on the back, yes, Nikila, you're right. So we are trying to talk about this to go, and so when you are looking into the kind of thing, this kind of gun is the thing to go, and don't kill yourself, kill the fear. That's very important. Kill that fear in you, because the one fear of people, fear of thing to go in, always you have that fear. Don't get that fear in your mind, because fear is the culprit. We are living in the country where the mind is without fear. Who said that? Any idea? Where the mind is without fear. Have you read that poem? Where
Rabindranath
the mind
Tagore.
is without. Wonderful, wonderful, great, good. Rabindranath Tagore, and The one who talks about our national anthem said this, we should have that kind of thing. Let us not have the fear, kill the fear, and never kill the conscience, but kill the fear. Because fear has two meanings: forget everything and run. Choice is yours. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. That's all I want to talk about. Adversities, face everything, face everything. It's okay, head on, face everything and rise. That's vital. When you're trying to talk about it, the personality is all about this. How do you face everything in life and rise above all the things? It's like eagle. When it rains, all the birds seek shelters. You'll be surprised to know that it's a natural phenomenon. All the birds seek shelters and protect themselves from rain. What does eagle do? Any idea what does eagle do when it rains?
It will fly above the clouds, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. It flies above the clouds and avoids the rain. So that's what you need to raise above. That's your personality. That's your thing to go and let adversities not affect you. Go beyond adversities, then create a different world for yourself. That actually goes and moves across. Charges yours, so face everything and rise. Personality development is on all fronts. Physical, social, mental, emotional, everything to go. And so get a motivated plan, get your goals, learn, get training, be creative, develop yourself to go and make your life better. Healthy body to go in and move. So when you're looking into that kind of thing to go in, I hope I'm making some sense for you. All right, so start building up your health. Focus on your health, because if health is lost, everything is lost. Please remember, focus on health. Health is the most important part of your personality. And then once you have your healthy body, automatically healthy mind, healthy mind automatically healthy heart, healthy heart automatically healthy mind, healthy mind automatically healthy body, healthy body automatically healthy mind, healthy mind automatically healthy body. So yeah. So when you're trying to talk about this healthy body, healthy mind to go in, so when you are looking into the kind of thing, create that effect which actually goes in and moves. This is what your madam started with. Knowing others is intelligence, knowing yourself is a true wisdom, mastering others is the strength, and mastering yourself is the true power. So master yourself. Whom do I master? Whom do I control? Do I control others? Do I master others? No, don't do it. If you master yourself, your senses and your things to go in, you are the best part to go in and move across. So that is one thing which actually goes in and move. And the importance of personality development. Why should we focus on that to go and, it overcomes your stress issues. Because all of us are going through a lot of stress in life. So once you have a great personality to go and a personality which can balance your mind, thought, feelings, behaviors, you overcome stress issues. It makes us smart worker to go in, because today we need smart workers, not just hard workers to go in. So boost confidence. It's not drinking boost which boosts your confidence. The personality boosts your confidence, which actually goes and improves your attack to go in. It makes us more reliable, develop positivity, and helps you to make new friends to go in. So all that thing which actually works and would be a part of your personality to go in. The most important is, it helps you to become a great human being to go in. Now comes the soft skills. Any questions before I move on to the soft skills?
Sir, you are on mute, sir. Sir, please unmute yourselves.
Sir, we are not able to hear you, sir. Sir, your voice is not audible to us, sir.
I don't know what's the problem. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
I'm sorry, ma. I don't know what's happening because I attended a meeting before your session. Also, we never had a problem. I usually don't have problems on my computer, but I don't know what's the issue. Even my network is good. Maybe Zoom is creating some problem anyway. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I hope this session is interesting.
Yes,
Are you
sir.
able to hear me now?
Interesting.
Yeah. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir. You're audible,
And
sir.
seeing
Now.
my screen also is visible.
Yes, sir. Soft skills.
Yeah, sure, sorry for it. So when you talk about these soft skills to go in, so when you're trying to talk about, I was sharing you a story. So when you're trying to look in the kind of thing to go in, so what do you do here is you pick up somebody who is honest, who is somebody. So this kind of thing which actually goes in and work across to go in. Soft skills, that's something which is there, which actually distinguishes us to go in a high IQ job which we are talking about. Soft skills are like discipline, drive, and empathy mark those who emerge as outstanding. So we are looking at the kind of thing to go in. We today look at the people with these great soft skills. We are not worried about it to go in. I want people to have the right attitude. So I was talking about that B school selection. So what happened is we had somebody from IIM and somebody from a third rated B school in thing to go in, and while we were selecting, you'll be surprised. All of us expect IIM person to be selected, but we ended up selecting the third grade B school person to go in, because the issue was it's not about the brand, it's not that to go in. We're looking at that kind of attitude, that kind of personality, which would be gelling well with everybody there as a teamwork, taking everybody along with you. A lot of soft skills which are there. So, what happened here is it's not the brand which went in, it's not the kind of education which went in. Apart from that, the most important factor which played a role in his selection was his personality, the soft skills, the kind of thing to go in. Because we are looking at somebody who can drive, who would want somebody who is an intellectual but a bad attitude? No, nobody wants that kind of thing to go. So we want somebody with a great attitude, zeal towards learning, zeal towards working with team, and so on and so forth. So that was the kind of thing. So soft skills are one which actually go in. So in a high IQ job, soft skills are like discipline, drive, and empathy. Mark those who emerge as outstanding to go in. People get admired and appreciated for a community for their soft skills. Please remember them: their sense of humor and timing, their ability to listen, their courage and honesty, their capacity for empathy. That is very important. So when you're looking at that, you get admired and appreciated for these skills, not only your IQ to go in, because how great person is about and how things to go in and move across. So that's an important part of your soft skills. Because soft skills get little respect, but they can actually make or break your career. Very, very important, because soft skills are the ones, though they are soft, talk about it to go in, that works. So when you're looking into that, what are your soft skills? Your relationship skills, how do you do that process, composure, your creativity, your kind of you know the time management, the kind of attitude, and so on and so forth, would they talk about it to go on. So, personal development is your springboard to personal excellence. Very beautifully spread about it to go on. Ongoing, continuous, non-stop personal development literally assures you that there is no limit to what you can accomplish. So, absolutely, sky is the limit, we say, and beyond the sky also we can achieve. Only thing is you need to really understand those soft skills and those kind of thing which would distinguish you from somebody else to go on. Because that's a springboard, that's a launch pad for excellence to go and continuous non-stop kind of thing. So when you talk about that to go and get into your spiritual, emotional, merit kind of things, physical and social skills, they all would become a part of your personal development to go on. So let us stop calling them as soft skills. Remember, they are the real skills. That's something I loved to go on. Soft skills are not so soft, they're very hard to learn. Please remember them to go in, because once you get those skills, everything goes. And today we have emphasis on soft skills in every institution. I think even the college does have programs on soft skills to go in, and they would surely do a lot of things on soft skill training. When you talk, because they can be trained, they are trainable skills. So when you're trying to talk about a thing to go in, when you are trying to talk about having those soft skills, they are not so soft. They can be learned well. They are hard, but they actually make a huge impact on others to go in and move across. They are real skills. So don't call them just soft and goes in, because it could be public speaking, it could be the leadership, it could be the conflict management. Decision making is a big thing to go in. Our communication skills, interpersonal skills, stress management, time management, so on and so forth. You would have seen, there have been 3 or 4 breaks in between for my session, unfortunately not on my hand. But if you lose the patience, if you lose the kind of thing, you get stressed, you lose your work to go in. It didn't affect our session to go in, though maybe small break gives a discontinuity. But when you talk about it to go in, if I get into stress and you get into, oh God, what's happening, and then automatically your whole session is sabotaged. So when you're trying to talk about this to go on, soft skills are those things which you need to have with you, which would keep you strong, which makes you actually wonderful thing to go. And they are the ones which are the real skills. So when you have 50% knowledge also, it's fine, but at times I don't say you just get 50% knowledge. I mean to say have full knowledge, but soft skills, if you don't have, whatever you have, no, becomes absolutely useless. That goes in. And So technical skills may get you a job. Please remember this. But soft skills can make you or break you as a manager. So they are the essential skills. So get into those essential skills: the communication, the interpersonal skills, the stress management, the time management, the kind of thing which actually goes. And please get those skills. They are very very vital because that actually goes. And so team spirit, empathy, and know that kind of communication, self confidence, that actually is very very important because many people do great thing but they don't have confidence on themselves. So be confident, that is vital, which actually goes and create that self confidence which actually goes. And absolutely have assertiveness, be assertive and say what is you want to say. Team spirit, learn to work and have trustworthiness. That's very very vital because people who can be trusted are respected. So that could be the basic thing, to integrity kind of thing. You do the skills which would take you a big way to go, and it's not those thing which actually goes and move across. Creativity and everything would work. So the struggle you are in today is developing the strength for tomorrow. That is very very vital. So if you're going through a lot of tough time, lot of struggles to go in, they are there for the tomorrow's kind of thing which actually goes in. So personality matters because your personality can transform your future. So please work onto your personality development. You are in the beginning of your uh, post graduation here. So apart from technical skills, please focus and work on your personality development, soft skills to go in, because they will be the one who will actually determine where you go in, what you do with your skills you have learned, because they are the top notch. These soft skills go in. No matter what job you have in your life, your success will be determined by 5% of your academic credentials. Please remember, I'm not demeaning the academic credentials. I'm also a scholar. So that goes in. So whatever you have done it to go in, but 5% is the academic, 15% your professional experiences, and 80% your communication skills. Start developing them. They are vital. They are the ones who determine your success, things to go on. And remember, always be yourself. Do not lose yourself in this battle of this world, battle of this thing to go. And always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for successful personality and duplicate it. Create your own personality. You should create your own personality. Don't duplicate somebody's personality which actually goes on. So that is something which actually works across and move. And so create that own personality which actually goes on and move. Be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, and be kind. These are the one traits which will distinguish you from anybody else. These are the ones who will take you in a big way to go on. So if not for you, others develop these skills for your personal success to go on. And please remember, be the reason for someone smiles. Be the reason someone feel loved. Be believes in goodness of people. That's very vital because you are the ones who your personality should create that. You be the reason for somebody to smile, not to cry. Make them happy, make them believe that the good is still on. If you don't do that, it becomes very very difficult, very very tough to go in and move across and to end. Instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your energy to what you can create. So create your personality, create your thing to go on, and focus on your skills and move across. Stay strong, stay positive, and never ever give up. So usually what happens is like this: when you give up, it's like somebody is going on a swimming for a kilometer. He does 800 meters and says, "I can't do it," and comes back. So that's something which is very stupid to go, and because the next 200 minutes would have won the thing to go in. So remember, never give up, because while you're giving, that would be the very moment where your success would have been there with you. Don't ever give up. That comes into go. Please remember one thing in your life: when all the doors close, so one door closes, other opens. We have been hearing this. When all the doors close, I tell you the other way around. When all the doors close, a window may be open. If all the windows are closed, a ventilator may be open. So remember, there's always some opening or opportunity at a door which knocks in, and be ready with that door and be there at the door and open the door when opportunity knocks in. So it's never too late. Please remember, it's never too late to be whom you might have been. You can start anywhere in your life. Don't think that we are having to post graduation. When can I start now? It's already late for my in my life. No, nothing. People started 60, people started 70, people started 80. There's an woman businesswoman who started at 90. You'll be surprised. Indian. She wanted to do something in life, and she recently started a business in Punjab. You can read her story too.
Sir, we are not able to hear you, sir. Sir, we are not able to hear you, sir.
Sir, you're not audible to us, sir.
Sir, can you please stop sharing, sir? Sir, Chetan, sir, are you able to hear us, sir? Sir, can you stop sharing, sir?
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, sir, you are not audible, sir. Shweta, can you communicate to sir on phone? Shweta?
Sir, can you hear us, sir? Sir, can you please stop sharing your screen, sir?
Ma'am, I called Shweta Srivastava, ma'am. She told she will call, ma'am.
Students, do you have any questions? Any questions, girls? If you have, you can unmute yourself and ask, or else you can post the question in the chat box. So if there are no questions, let us proceed further. Sir, um, please accept a small token of gratitude and appreciation from our side, from the all the departments of RBVRR Women's College for your wonderful and inspirational lecture today. Thank you very much, sir. I, A. Shravya, faculty of Department of Chemistry, deem it a great honor to have got an opportunity to thank you all on this occasion. First and foremost, our sincere thanks and deepest gratitude to our today's speaker, Dr. Chetan Srivastava sir, Associate Professor from School of Management Studies, University of Hyderabad, for delivering an enlightening lecture on personality development and soft skills as a part of second day of 1 week virtual induction program for MSc previous students from 6 to 12 January 2022 by all the MSc departments of RBVRR Women's College. Sir has talked about the various uh, eminent and inspirational personalities, and also Sir has talked about how personality is not just physical human being but your holistic self. Sir has also given us information about how your thoughts, feelings, behavior tell about your personality and how they add on as a recipe for your success. Sir has also talked about how success doesn't come to you, but you have to go towards it. And it is important for everyone to enjoy the journey and learn from the journey towards success than the final target itself. And Sir has also talked about IQ and how social services help us to proceed towards success. Sir has also helped us to understand the true meaning of success and how to discover oneself and forget not the values that we learn. Sir also has explained us about fear. Either we can choose to forget everything and run, or to face everything and rise. So the choice is completely ours. And also, Sir has at the end given us a lot of insight about soft skills, how they are the real skills to succeed in life. Technical skills plus soft skills are much needed for one to succeed in life. The importance of team spirit, empathy, communication, leadership skills were well explained by Sir. Sir, thank you very much for being with us and sharing your insightful thoughts with all of us today. I'm sure the students will take all your suggestions to improve further in life. Thank you very much, Sir, for being with us today. I would like to take this opportunity to also thank our honorable management members, Professor Mutyam Reddy sir, Secretary HMVS, Professor Sudarshan Reddy sir, Secretary cum Correspondent of the college, our principal, Madam Dr. Achita Devi ma'am, Vice Principal Dr. Kavita ma'am for their constant support and motivation to conduct such events. My special thanks to all the coordinators and uh, members of committees and cells, and to all the heads of MSc departments like chemistry, computer science, mathematics, and data science departments for coordinating and conducting such inspirational sessions for the newcomers. And also would like to extend my thanks to all the faculty of MSc departments of the college for their kind presence and support. Last but never the least, a special thanks to our beloved student participants for their presence, patience, and active participation for today. Thank you very much, one and all. Thank you very much, sir.
Good morning, Sridevi madam. This is Jeevan Jyoti.
Girls, those are computer science and data science, just leave, ma. We are sending the Google Meet link to your WhatsApp group. Just join by WhatsApp, that link, ma. Thank you, ma'am.
Lalita madam, please make madam as co-host, Dr. Sridevi madam. She is online. Good morning, Sridevi madam. My voice is audible, ma'am?
Yeah, it's audible. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah, very good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah.
Lalita ma'am, can you please make Sridevi ma'am as co-host? Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Sridevi ma'am, shall we start, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. I would like to request Dr. Jeevan Jyoti ma'am, Head Department of Chemistry, to introduce today's second guest.
Good morning, one and all. I feel extremely honored to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Sridevi madam, Director and Managing Partner, Dhruvatara Chemicals Private Limited, Hyderabad. Madam completed her MSc and PhD from Usmania University. After completion of her PhD, she worked as a UGC Research Associate, CSIR Research Associate in Department of Chemistry, Usmania University. Madam also worked as CSIR Research Associate with Professor T.R. Kasturi and Research Associate with Professor G.S.R. Subbarao, Department of Organic Chemistry, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. She also worked as Research R&D Executive at Pharmacia Limited, Hyderabad. She also worked as research scientist in Department of Organic Chemistry, National Tsinghua University, Hsinchu, Taiwan. Her work was on the synthesis of new OLED molecules. Later, she worked as associate professor in PG Department of Chemistry, NB Science College, Hyderabad. Madam was conferred with fellowships like CSIR, JRF, SRF, UGC, and CSIR and Pharmacial Research Associateship. She was also awarded MOU Taiwan ROC Postdoctoral Research Scientist Fellowship. During 1998 to 2002, she was the founder director for Spurti Laboratories, and her research work was on synthesis of small molecules, organic building blocks, and process development of APIs and API intermediates. From 2004 to till date, she is serving as founder, director, and managing partner for Dhruvatara Chemicals Private Limited, Hyderabad. Her research work is mainly focused on synthesis of novel heterocyclic compounds and their biological activity, total synthesis of some steroids, synthesis of new building blocks for OLED materials, development of new synthetic methods for quinolines and other important heterocyclic compounds. Madam, presently she is doing research on synthesis of quinoline-based organic ligands and their metal complexes, their applications as OLED materials, synthesis of quinoline, pyrimidine, isoxazole-based heterocyclic compounds and their activity studies. Ma'am is successful in getting 2 leads for multi-drug resistant bacteria, and further studies are being carried out. She's also doing research in green synthesis and process development of variety of specialty chemicals and intermediates. Apart from these roles, Madam is also involved in academic research activity in guiding PhD and PG students. Though ma'am asked us to cut short her profile, I felt that our budding PG students will surely get inspired and motivated after knowing her 35 years research journey. With this short introduction, I once again welcome Madam and request Madam to deliver the guest lecture and motivate our PG students. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for the kind introduction. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, dear students. And good morning, the organizers, and thanks for inviting me to deliver this guest lecture. So today we are going to, I'm going to give you some brief lecture on the importance of chemistry in our day-to-day life and for the life as a whole, and also the career prospects for MSc students after doing MSc, because it is for them only if the lecture is being organized. That is, I would like to discuss that also. First, I would like to repeat my topic: role and importance of chemistry in day-to-day life, understanding and using the subject for professional growth. Why I chose this subject? Because chemistry is very important in our life, and since the program is for chemistry students, it really goes well with them. That's the reason why I chose this topic, and everyone knows how important the chemistry is for our life and in our normal day-to-day comfortable life. Okay, so as you all know, chemistry is very important. What is chemistry? It's a science. What it deals with? It deals with the composition, structure, and properties of matter, the changes it undergoes during chemical reactions, and the relationship with energy. Energy is involved in all the chemical reactions, and it deals with all of them. And as defined by Sir Linus Pauling, it is a science that studies substances, their structures, types and forms of accommodation of atoms, that means different structural arrangements, their properties and what kind of properties they have, both physical and chemical properties, and the reactions that transform them into other substances with reference to time. Because with time, chemicals are being transferred from one time, energy, all these transform one chemical to another chemical, depending on the conditions involved. So let us come to importance of chemistry. Why chemistry is important? It is the integral part of our life. As I told you, it is our life. Life is chemistry. Without chemistry, there is no life. Actually, when a human being's life starts, first indication is given by chemical, a small chemical, to stop the periods. That is the importance of chemistry. When mother conceives a baby, the message goes to the brain to stop the period, and that is a chemical, a small chemical. And there are many physiological reactions, biochemical reactions that are occurring in our body, and cell is the basic unit of all these reactions. In the cell, there are many reactions going on, and they are responsible for our life. And they are going on in the cell at predetermined rates, which is dictated by the DNA. And DNA itself, again, group of chemicals. It's a chemical, it's a biopolymer, actually. Life itself is a result of innumerable biochemical reactions that are going on in the cell at predetermined rates. For example, when we eat food, why we eat? We need energy to do all the daily chores and everything, And what food does? It gets converted into energy. And how it gets converted? By a series of different chemical reactions within our cells. Okay, and in the food we have carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, etc. and all those undergo different chemical reactions in the cell to perform different kinds of actions in our body. And not only like life, these are all reactions related to life, the quality of life, what we say comforts, what we are having is due to the discoveries in applied chemistry, material science, etc. Many materials are being invented, being discovered, and they are really making the life very easy. For example, variety of quality of personal care products. You must be knowing about cosmetics, especially, different cosmetics are available. All those are chemicals only, nothing but chemicals only. But what we have to choose, again, it depends on our understanding of chemistry. Canned foods, computer circuits, colors of houses, working of refrigerator, whatever you take in daily activities, whatever you use, clothes are also chemicals. Okay, that is the importance of chemistry. Next, for example, I'm giving you a simple example because it's a very vast topic. You cannot give each and every chemical that is present. Just making it very broad. So chemistry has its roots well settled in almost every aspects of our lives. When I said each and every aspect, there is not even a single aspect that do not involve chemistry. But when we talk also, that is also chemistry. When we feel also, that is also chemistry. Okay, it is so intricately involved in various processes. Here are some interesting examples explaining the role of chemistry, just for your understanding. For example, you see discoloration of leaves when they fade away. That is chemistry, because when chlorophyll is fully active, leaves are in green color and other colors are not visible. But when it fades, chlorophyll is degraded and other colors. Yes.
Sorry to disturb, ma'am. Ma'am, your screen is not visible, ma'am. Are you sharing any screen?
It's not visible.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, I should have. Okay. Is it visible now? Hello?
No, ma'am, not visible, ma'am.
Just a minute.
Ma'am, your picture is visible, but the screen is not visible. PPT is not visible, ma'am. You are visible.
I am visible. My screen is not visible. Just a minute.
Ma'am, there is an option called as share, ma'am. So
if you that's what I did. Yes. Is it visible now?
No, ma'am.
Wait a minute.
all the students, please wait for 2 minutes. Ma'am will be joining us shortly. And I request all the students to please be on mute and off all your videos, girls, throughout the lecture. If you have any queries, you will be given chance at the end, or else you can post your queries in the chat box. Please be on mute, girls. Lalita ma'am, Sridevi ma'am has joined. Can you please make ma'am co-host,
Yeah.
ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Sridevi ma'am, now you can share the screen, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm sharing. Is it visible now? I'm sharing only. I don't know why.
No, ma'am, still not visible, ma'am.
Wait. Just 2 minutes.
Okay, ma'am.
Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's visible, ma'am.
Yeah. I'll just have to go back again to brief you. Yeah. These are the slides which were not visible to you previously. Are they visible now?
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
Wow. Yes. So chemistry is the science that studies the composition, structure, and properties of matter, the changes it undergoes during chemical reactions, and their relationship with energy. Okay, this definition I've already given you. Okay. Importance of chemistry. This is an integral part of our chemistry. Chemistry is an integral part of our life because it is present in all the fundamental aspects of what we do every day, voluntarily or involuntarily. Actually, life itself is chemistry, as I told you, and many physiological reactions, biochemical reactions are going on in the cell at predetermined rates, which will dictate, which are responsible for our life, for everything what we do on a day-to-day basis. As I said, voluntarily, involuntarily, many chemicals are involved here. Okay. For example, eating. When we eat, the food provides us with energy, and that food is converted to energy via a series of different chemical reactions within our cells. Okay. The quality of life that we are having is due to the discoveries in the applied chemistry, material science, medicinal chemistry, etc. Because we have many products, for example, personal care products, cosmetics, canned foods, computer circuits, what we use, phone displays, the colors what we use for houses, working of refrigerator, we use refrigerator daily. All these involve chemistry only. And everyday decisions, we eat why what we eat carbohydrates, proteins, lipids for getting energy, and also we eat vitamins, balanced diet. All those involve chemicals. Okay. The food we eat, the cosmetics we use, or the medicines we take, all of these undergo chemical reactions. How medicines are acting on us, or how they are relieving the pain or disease, because they undergo a variety of chemical reactions in the body. And chemistry, it can help you make decisions related to a wide range of things, like watering plants, when to water it, and based on the seasons. Okay, for example, baking a cake, all these actually has chemistry behind it. Choosing the right medicine for acidity, for example, for hypertension, for diabetes, etc. All again involve chemicals and chemistry. Applying a particular SPF, sunscreen, etc. is also chemistry. Okay, and different persons require different kinds of minerals more, and because they may be deficient in that. For example, some people may be deficient in vitamin D, which is nothing but a chemical. Then we take it in the form of supplement. See, you see so many. You can find many examples in. Hello, no problem. Examples of chemistry in everyday life. For example, almost every aspect of life, as I said, involves chemistry. It is so intricately involved in various processes. I'm giving you some examples. You observe discoloration of leaves once they are faded. Why? Because in that chlorophyll disappears, which gives green color, and carotenoids present in that will be dominating, and they become yellow. Okay, common salt we use. It's used as a preservative. That's a tears while chopping onions. Everybody faces this, experiences this, and that is nothing but a chemical is involved. The chemical is released when we chop onions. I'll show you what it is, and that is also a chemistry. Sunscreens are chemicals, medicines are chemicals. Hygiene, the products we use for having hygiene also are chemicals, food preservatives. Emotions involve variety of chemicals. Coffee, what we drink in the morning daily, is also a chemical, and I'll briefly discuss some of them and the structures also. Hygiene, for example, for hygiene nowadays for COVID, because we are using so many chemicals for hygiene, they're all sodium hypochlorite, for example, for cleaning, and bleaching powder for cleaning, and we use so many isopropyl alcohol, ethanol. All these are nothing but chemicals. Okay, and in the morning we use toothpaste. See, toothpaste has got these many chemicals and many more. Actually, basic chemicals are these: fluoride, triclosan, saccharin, carrageenan, titanium dioxide, aspartame. I'll discuss them briefly one by one. What is triclosan? It's a pesticide. Actually, it's a pesticide added to many consumer products as an antibacterial agent. That is why it is not actually advisable to use toothpaste which is having triclosan, because not many studies. There have been numerous animal studies that have linked triclosan to endocrine disruption. That is hormone disruption. It could also contribute to creating antibiotic resistant strains of bacteria. Then actually some antibiotics fail to cure the diseases. That is one of the problem. Antibiotic resistant strains of bacteria, which are not killed by the antibiotics available right now. So there is a need for more powerful antibiotics. That is due to the use of many products which are resulting in this type of disruption. Okay, and triclosan is normally used in toothpaste, though it is not advisable to use. So titanium dioxide, actually this is used. It's of no use as a health point of view or any other oral benefit, but it is used just to give a brilliant white color. People are fond of that nice brilliant white color. That is why business people, companies use titanium dioxide. It's an inorganic chemical compound added as a colorant to make toothpaste white. So many studies have concluded that titanium dioxide is safe for topical use. In skincare products also it is used. Okay, it is considered safe for topical use on skin, but since it is not absorbed through skin. But there are not many studies available to determine if it is absorbed by the mucous membranes in the mouth. And we are taking it to the mouth, and especially when it is being used by kids, they may even swallow it, then it will not be very good. That's the reason why we must avoid such pastes which are having titanium dioxide. And moreover, it does not provide any oral, just for the sake of having a brilliant white paste, we need not subject our body to unnecessary hazards. Okay. It's simply a marketing tactic to appeal to those who like brilliantly white toothpaste. Abrasive ingredients. So actually, these ingredients are added to toothpaste to help scrub the biofilm. Once we get up that biofilm to make it more clean, this is added. But say this much normally hydrated silica is used, and this is too rough, so it will remove the biofilm, so they can strip away the animal and dentin, so creating sensitivity and leading to gum recession. So we must use it in moderate amounts. Parabens. Parabens are chemicals, 4-hydroxy benzoic acid esters. Actually, these are not very prevalent. They are chemicals used as preservatives to extend the shelf life of the toothpaste. And not only in toothpaste, it is used in many other products also. The accumulation in our bodies could cause problems, including possible increase in the risk of breast cancer. So that's why nowadays people say there are some products which do not have parabens, and again. So we must be careful in identifying and using these products. Carrageenan, it is also used in toothpaste. It should be avoided because in many people have reported intestinal distress that is resolved with the avoidance of these products. And the degraded form, definitely if it enters into the body, it will be degraded, and that degraded form is a known carcinogen. That is the reason why it can be avoided. It is simply a food additive extracted from red wheat. It's a natural product only, and used as a thickener, but it is its degraded product is a known carcinogen. That is the reason why better to avoid it. So these are the products normally. Aspartame. Aspartame is an artificial sweetener, and it's used as a flavoring agent also in toothpaste, because it's all marketing. For marketing, people, when it is sweet, when it is attractive, definitely people will buy, and that is the reason why these are used, and it does not have any oral benefit. Okay, when aspartame is ingested, the problem with this is one of the chemicals in the compound is broken down into methanol. The toxicity of methanol and alcohol. Ethanol is okay, but methanol is actually the alcohol poisoning. People die also with this more. Okay, our bodies cannot properly digest it in this form. It can travel through the blood and will be converted into formaldehyde in the body. So when it builds up in the body, the damage caused will include headaches, dizziness. When mild headache, dizziness, okay, but if it is more, memory loss, gastrointestinal distress, all these are not very good and should be avoided. And it is also a possible carcinogen, as 2004 team study states that. Diethanolamine, DEA. It's a foaming agent. To have that foaming nature for toothpaste, this is added. And this again is another hormone disruptor. And EWG, Environment Working Group in USA, ranks it on at full 10 on its hazard scale. This is highly hazardous, so it should be avoided. It is also used in some products to adjust the pH levels and can react with certain substances to create carcinogens. And it also increases and results in the organ system toxicity. So just I am showing you the toothpaste chemicals, and there is another one, sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS. This is present in shampoos also. It's a surfactant. It's a chemical compound used as surfactant, detergent, and denaturant in various cosmetics and industrial cleaners. Because that foaming, we feel that it is clean. Okay, to some extent it is okay, but not. It should not be used in more quantities. And as much as possible, we should avoid it and try to make use of some natural alternatives. And whenever, especially whenever possible. You see, almost 16,000 studies have mentioned the toxic nature of SLS. Yet it is still used in many cosmetic products. And like shampoos also it is used, as well as most conventional toothpaste. Toothpaste also it is used. See, if it is used in toothpaste, it will be even more dangerous because we are putting it in the mouth. Okay. This chemical, which is also used as an insecticide, it's also used as insecticide, can cause irritation and organ toxicity. So it irritates the mouth and strips away the lining. So that is the reason these are some chemicals that are present in toothpastes, most of the toothpastes, which are not in fact really very good for oral health. Okay, so that's why whenever we are buying some home care products or personal care products, you should check the chemicals and try to understand their effects on the body and then make use of them. Chemicals in makeup products, as you know, makeup products everybody uses, and these chemicals, there are many chemicals in makeup products that will make that are not very good. There are some products which are good, and there are some products with some chemicals which are good and quite safe, and there are some other products which are not very good. So we must be able to check that before using, especially if they are being used by kids. Okay, some of the common chemicals in makeup products are benzene alcohol, glycerin, potassium cetyl sulfate, etc. When I say you must have your own decision when it is compulsory. For example, medicine. Medicine also is a chemical. We use it because it is it is necessary. Whereas some other cosmetic products can be avoided if they have harmful chemicals in that. See, sunscreen is an important cosmetic which saves us from the harmful excess, so it can be used and preserves the natural complexion we have. And here, titanium dioxide is used, and it is considered safe even if they approves it. So no problem, it can be used in moderation. Chemistry and food. How food it is related to food. The Kai, I told you already. Foods are made of mainly carbohydrates, nitrogen, and some other elements. Like carbohydrates, very essential ingredients of food. Carbohydrates gives energy, proteins for like building the muscles, and lipids also like cells layers, and many other activities, many other roles if they have got, especially cell lining, vitamins and minerals. These are all very much essential for a balanced diet. I'm just giving you a structure of common sucrose, what we use daily, that is a carbohydrate. And like that, food, whatever we take, all are either natural chemicals or synthetic chemicals. Most of the time we use natural products also. They are all nothing but chemicals, natural chemicals occurring in nature. So that way chemistry plays major role in our food also. Common salt, as you know, it not only increases the taste, it is an excellent preservative, as each one, even from ancient times it is being used. Baking soda we use because it is a sodium bicarbonate, and that carbon dioxide is released, so that makes the fluffy, and cakes and all other items will rise. The food item very soft, they become very soft. That is very used. And baking soda is quite safe chemical. Common salt is safe chemical. Baking soda is quite safe chemical, which can be used even for cleaning and many other purposes. So wherever necessary, so we must replace them from other products which are having more dangerous chemicals. Okay. Colors, food coloring. Food colors, normally people are attracted to colorful foods. Naturally, our eyes get attracted to nice food colors, nice colorful dishes. But some dyes, some synthetic dyes, they really are very toxic to neurons and the nervous system. So it should be avoided, especially when you are eating outside. Those colors they use very indiscriminately, and those colors are not at all very good for health. So natural colors instead you can use, like beetroot color and some other natural colors, many are there. So those can be used to make food attractive. So food coloring is added to change the color of any food substance. And caramel is a natural food dye. It is made from different carbohydrate sugars actually. So it is used in soft drinks, bread, and it is found in foods from coloring, and is found in foods from soft drinks to soya sauce, bread, and pickles. Flavors, different smells. Naturally, we get attracted to food. We feel like eating when it has got nice smell and flavor. So, because our sensory neurons will get activated and we feel hungry and we feel happy. So that's the reason why some flavors are used. And some artificial flavors, methyl salicylate is a chemical, wintergreen, lactic acid, all these are, even MSG, the so-called MSG, monosodium glutamate, is a flavor enhancer, and it is being used in Chinese cuisine, and really it tastes good. And glutamate sodium salt, so FDA declared it as quite safe, so it can be used. And but still there is controversy. We should use it in moderate quantities. Food preservatives. So there are many foods like ready to use foods, canned foods are available in the market. They all use preservatives to help in destroying, virus, bacteria, fungi, etc. So most of the chemicals used as food preservatives are here: sodium benzoate, sorbic acid, potassium sorbate, etc. Sorry, my throat is not good. So food preservatives, what we use in daily life are chemicals. Food additives. Food additives make these substances are added to food for preserving flavors or improving taste or appearance. For example, vinegar. Vinegar is used. Vinegar is nothing but acetic acid. So in pickling as an emulsifier or emulsion mixes like mayonnaise, that also food additives are used. Okay, so they are nothing but chemicals. We like them. Okay. Next, the actions, chemical, physiological reactions. For example, food digestion. Food digestion involves many, a chemical, simplest chemical, hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is released, and how it is released? Histamine. Histamine is a neurotransmitter, which is when we feel hungry, histamine is released. That activates the production of hydrochloric acid. So all those are a series of biochemical reactions. So that whenever you have less energy, whenever your energy levels are depleted, our brain gives message to the histamine releasing neurons to release histamine, which in turn activates the stomach, that is proton pump, we call it, to release hydrochloric acid. So in the stomach, hydrochloric acid is produced, and we feel hungry, and natural smells of foods, especially cooking, whenever something is being cooked, that smell, in fact, it then activates this production more, and we feel hungry, and we feel happy also when we eat, especially when we are hungry. Okay, all these are nothing but chemical reactions which are unknowingly we happening inside us. As we have told you, the production of tears while chopping onions. See, onions produce a chemical known as synpropanethiol S oxide. This is nothing but a chemical. It stimulates the eyes lacrimal glands, so they release tears. So why we get tears when we cut onions? Because of the chemical. Now, this is the most important area of chemistry, medicine. So many diseases are being cured because of so much development in medicinal chemistry, and our human beings' life has become so easy, especially, and life expectancy has increased because of the chemicals. Different nice medicines available. For example, even COVID also nowadays they say we are going to have even pills. Research is going on, almost they are out. Okay, so chemistry and medicine, antibiotics. When you get fever, we use different kinds of antibiotics like ciprofloxacin, ofloxacin, and so many, erythromycin, all penicillin, cephalosporins, all those are nothing but chemicals. Okay, and antidiabetics. There are many diabetic medicines available, antihypertensives, which are used for treating hypertension, anti-cancer agents for treating cancer, antidepressants. Whenever we feel depressed, we use antidepressants. All those drugs, antipsychotics, analgesics, pain relievers, anesthesia. In surgery, we use medicine. We use anesthesia. And surgeons use anesthesia so that surgery can be performed very easily. So that anesthesia products are also organic molecules. Okay. Brain chemicals. These are very important. There are some important brain chemicals are dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. Very important because they make us feel sensations of happiness, closeness, and joy. Because this is, which is actually which makes life thrilling and happy, joyful, etc. Okay. So without these chemicals, we feel the opposite, like sadness and so many and sadness, etc. So stress. Okay, so that what are the important chemicals? Here are 4 primary chemicals that can drive the positive emotions. You feel throughout the day: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. These are endorphins are feel-good hormones, we call them, because we feel very happy when endorphins are released in the body. They are released in the body when some activities are carried out. Okay, sometimes they are as dose. They are dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. So dopamine plays a role in how we feel pleasure. It's a big part of our unique human ability to think and plan, especially when we are having some task, some work. When it is completed, dopamine is released more and we feel really happy and satisfied. And it helps us try to focus and find things interesting. So when dopamine levels are depleted, we don't have focus, we don't feel like working, and we don't have that pleasure of accomplishments. Okay, whenever we accomplish something, we don't feel joy. So that is dopamine levels. When they are less, you don't feel focused, you don't feel like doing work. Actually, okay. So that's a very important. Dopamine is very important. Next, serotonin. It is a key hormone that stabilizes our mood, feelings of well-being and happiness. See, this hormone impacts your entire body. It enables brain cells and other nervous system cells to communicate with each other. This is the communicator between brain cells and other nervous system cells. Okay. It also helps in sleeping, eating, and digestion. You know, when insomnia, serotonin levels are less. Okay, to increase serotonin levels, what we should do? Exercise regularly. When you exercise, when you have physical exercise, so more serotonin is released. So that is the reason why whenever we exercise, when good walking or exercise, then we feel happy in the morning. Why? Because of the increased serotonin. Improve your diet and get more light. Like diet, your balanced diet is very important to increase the to stabilize the mood. And light also very important, very important. Okay, because these will relieve serotonin. Get more light. Whenever you are in the light, you know, when you can check yourself. When you are in the closed places, you feel somehow bored and bored. And when we go out on the road, even if there's so much traffic is there, you feel happy because that light actually increases the serotonin level in the body. So massage therapy and use certain supplements. So then serotonin levels will increase, which will stabilize the mood and the feelings of well-being, and that will make you happy. Low serotonin levels may be associated with depression. See, in depressed patients, serotonin levels are less. So it's important to boost serotonin if you want to improve your mood and feel happier. So there are a variety of activities, general activities without using any medicines, like playing and exercising, going in the light, like just a long walk in the light, a nice diet. All those increase serotonin levels. Even a good chat with friends also may increase serotonin levels. This is actually what I was referring to, day-to-day activities, discoloration of leaves. That is given here. Why the colors become fade and yellow and orange? Because changes in the daylight, actually temperature, then leaves stop their food making process. Okay, then chlorophyll breaks down. The green color disappears. So as long as that green color is there, these yellow to orange colors are not visible. But once that disappears, these yellow and orange colors become visible and give the leaves a part of their fall. This is what happens in fall. Okay, when chlorophyll breaks down, yellow pigments in leaves become visible. That is the reason why they become yellow. Two chemicals are responsible for the fall coloration of leaves: carotenoids create orange and yellow pigments, and anthocyanins create shades of red and purple. Actually, these some even fruits, these anthocyanins are there. These are also natural drugs, anthocyanins, and they're also chemicals. Okay, natural chemicals. Carotenoids are also natural chemicals. Endorphins, that's what I told you, no? Endorphins, actually it should have come before. And endorphins, I told I was discussing dopamine and serotonin and endorphin. Okay, what are the benefits of endorphins? These are called feel-good hormones. So, reduced depression, you are always activated and energetic, reduced anxiety, improved self-esteem, you feel you can do anything that is assigned to you, and because self-esteem is more, regulation of or modulation of appetite. Appetite is regulated and you feel like eating, and that gives you energy. Okay, enhanced immune response. You have good immune response, so no COVID comes near you. And even hello. Now, what the other effects? Not having enough endorphins. What happens when you are not having enough endorphins? If you do not have enough endorphins, what happens? You may experience the following effects: increased depression, increased anxiety, more mood swings, increased aches and pains, problems with addiction, problems with sleeping, impulsivity. They become impulsive and they get irritated very easily. Especially when they are depressed, when a person is depressed, they get irritated very easily. We don't understand what is happening with them. So that is a lack of or less production of endorphins. So always for a human being's well-being, we need to have more endorphins. Endorphins are feel-good hormones, which are in fact by simple means like exercise, light, good friends, good chit chat, nice positive emotions, positive nature, good work, all these release endorphins. So you become very nice. Oxytocin. Oxytocin is another when hugs, actually it's a love hormone, it's called, but it can be it's a chemical messenger in the brain. It has other properties also. It can is attacks on the organs in the body, including the breast and uterus, and as a chemical messenger in the brain. It's a chemical messenger as many other chemical messengers. It controls key aspects of the reproductive system, including childbirth and lactation, and aspects of human behavior. See, it is also associated with empathy. You feel empathetic towards other people, trust, say all positive emotions. So relationship building, it's sometimes referred to as a love hormone because levels of oxytocin increase during hugging and okay. So that is the importance of oxytocin. So there, all those four are brain chemicals. Brain chemicals which are produced in the body, which are very important for your happy and joyful, active, and motivated, inspired life. Okay. You simply saying you can celebrate life when those four brain chemicals are in order, or in required quantities, or even sometimes even slightly more, you feel even more happy. Okay. Sterilizing agents. Recently we are listening to the sterilizing agents very often, though we know it. We know them from the beginning as chemists, because of COVID. Almost layman also knows about all these agents. Most such as ethanol, isopropanol, phenol, and formaldehyde are chemicals. Okay, they kill bacteria and other microbes. Not only COVID, they kill other microbes also. Economics. Chemistry is not only for comfortable life, for just life. It is also, it also related to wealth. Many of the carbon compounds, for example, diamond, graphite, petroleum. Without petroleum, we cannot survive. We need petrol, gasoline, and all for our transportation, for anything, for our cars, for fueling our cars, anything. We need petrol, and it is one of the, that is the reason why petroleum product producing countries are so rich, though they are not very, very high in education, especially, though nowadays they are having, but they like not like other countries. Okay, so diamond and graphite in Africa, like you get diamonds more. That is their actually where their wealth, truly speaking. Oil is one of the most valuable resources in the world, and economically it is one of the most influential because oil price influences the economy. This can be transformed through various chemical processes to generate other resources also. This oil, crude oil, can be transformed to other products like gasoline, tires, etc., which human beings need for a comfortable living. Agriculture is very important because our food comes from there only, and to increase the produce we need fertilizers, to remove the pests we need pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, moth repellents, growth promoters, many products we use in agriculture, they're all chemicals. So judicial usage of fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides. Like even organic pesticides, when we use, they're also nothing but chemicals, but degradable chemicals. So that is the reason why more farmer friendly and earth friendly. That is the reason why we try to use friendly fertilizers, friendly pesticides. Better to use friendly fertilizers, friendly pesticides, herbicides for farming, for agriculture. So they are nothing but agriculture. They play major role. Nowadays there is so much activity, so much work is going on to improve biofertilizers, to have biofertilizers, organic pesticides, etc., to improve the quality of life and to have less effects of harmful chemicals, less toxic, to remove that less toxic effects of harmful chemicals that are being used in agriculture nowadays to increase the productivity and also in commercial aspects. Chemical ecology. Ecology is the interdisciplinary area of research between chemistry and biology. Actually, this studies the chemical mechanisms that control the interactions between living beings. See, living beings interact with each other. How? Oldest communication system. Chemical language is the oldest communication system. For example, pheromones. Pheromones are chemical signal, and pheromones release chemical signals. They are nothing but chemicals to attract, to get attracted between two different living beings. So the chemical ecology is in charge of identifying and synthesizing the substances that are used to transmit this information. Okay, so that is very important, and there also chemistry plays major role, actually very crucial role in establishing the chemical chemical signals to transmit the information between different living organisms, which is crucial for life. Okay. Biochemistry. It's pretty well that biochemistry is a branch of science that is responsible for studying the chemical processes only, but which are occurring in the cell at cellular level. As I told you, synthesis of proteins, synthesis of lipids, which are going on in the cell. They are also nothing but chemical reactions, but they are going on in the cell by making use of enzymes as catalysts. Enzymes are nothing but proteins. Okay. Chemistry and biotechnology. There are many products that are being synthesized, produced by biotechnology. For example, B12. B12 is very important for our healthy life. B12 production is B12 is normally produced by biotechnological process by making use of microorganisms and giving them some food. They will produce this B12. Not only B12, penicillins also are biotechnology products only. And there are many other products, cephalosporin also So like that, many biotechnology products are nowadays. It's a very important field because we don't use toxic chemicals, all degradable microorganisms we will be using, and foods we will be using. So it quite friendly to environment. So that is the reason why biotechnology is very important, especially industrially. So much research is being carried out to get more useful products for our day-to-day life by making use of biotechnology. For example, bioplastics. Degradation of plastics by making use of microorganisms is also being investigated, and quite they are successful. Here we have three types to be precise. Red biotechnology means it deals with medicines. For example, B12 production comes under red biotechnology, while green biotechnology deals with food production. Food also is produced by making use of microorganisms. That is green biotechnology. So white biotechnology means it is bioplastics made from starches. You know pretty well. Nowadays, degradable these covers are degradable because plastic is banned. So that is the people are Apollo covers. They are degradable. Means maybe they are bioplastics. What maybe they are made from starches and vegetable oil instead of non-degradable plastic materials. So like that, we have biotechnology which makes use of microorganisms, and some again here also some biotechnological reactions are going on to produce various chemicals. There are also chemistry is involved. Chemical engineering. What is chemical engineering? It's a branch of engineering that is responsible for studying the ways in which the raw material is transformed to create useful and marketable products. That means we design a product in the laboratory. So when we want to produce it in more quantities, bulk quantities, chemical engineering is very important because they know how to. They are like. Reactions involve energy, heat, etc. No, so the chemical engineer knows how to handle that, how to control that reaction. What are the reactor safety, etc. All these are they will be taken care of. Okay, chemical engineering also includes controlling pollution levels. Pollution levels, it controls, it protects the environment and the conservation of energy. And so they design instruments, they design products which will consider all these things. It constitutes an interdisciplinary area. It is based on physics, mathematics, biological sciences, and economics, and of course chemistry. So chemistry is that when you reach a high level, almost all branches of science are interrelated. Definitely, one cannot exist without the help of other branch of science. So that we must understand. Everyone should understand. For example, doctors. That medicine is also a science. So doctors cannot cannot do justice to their profession if medicinal chemists are not doing well. If they don't have medicines, what doctors can do? They can simply identify, and they cannot identify the diseases unless they have instruments. So instruments, again, engineers definitely different engineering faculty. So all these science subjects are interrelated, especially at high level. Mathematics is involved in almost, it interlinks many branches of science. So just one is not enough. So chemistry and with all other disciplines, designs, products, synthesizes, and chemical engineer produces. Chemical engineer gives the ways to produce, designs instruments to produce them in bulk quantities so that it will reach the market. So these are the commonly recognized areas, broad areas Traditionally, chemistry has been broken into 5 main disciplines: organic chemistry, analytical chemistry, physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and biochemistry. You know pretty well, organic chemistry is very important because most of the medicines, whatever we are talking in our day-to-day, using day-to-day life, or in one way or the other related to organic chemistry, and even bioorganic chemistry like food, biopolymers, etc. Okay, analytical chemistry is also important to analyze the products. Physical chemistry is important. All these are important only, but mainly many medicines and all are organic compounds. So organic chemistry plays major role in the design, development of many important molecules for the utility, for the use of human beings. This is she is the mother of chemistry. She is the Marianne Nepal's Lavoisier. She is the wife of Lavoisier, who is considered father of chemistry. Actually, Anthony Laurent Lavoisier is considered as the father of chemistry. He compiled the first complete list of elements, and he discovered oxygen and hydrogen also. Okay, he discovered that matter retains its mass even when it changes forms. So that's a law of mass action. Now, these are the chemicals found at home. You just go home, you find new chemicals at home. Medicines, disinfectants, surface cleaners, deodorant, blocks and sprays, bleach, drain cleaners, sewer filtrate, perfumes, nail polish and nail polish removers, and many more cosmetic products, etc. Commercial kitchens, chlorine is used for disinfecting. Ammonia and iodine are also used in commercial kitchens for cleaning and sanitation purposes. But unfortunately, these chemicals can cause serious harm to employees. That is why they should be controlled. Skin irritations, chemical burns are the most prevalent adverse reactions of these substances. So one must be careful. And some other chemical structures I'm just giving you just for your reference. This is a ciprofloxacin antibiotic, what we use. It's a quinoline-based molecule, and this is anti-diabetic metformin. The carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen are there in that. And this is antihypertensive metoprolol, Metexcel, in the name of Metexcel. And this is nothing but metoprolol, and it is again a chemical. There's so many are there, and this should be for reference sake, especially for beginner students. That is that motivates them to study more about chemistry. And this is paracetamol, and for antipyretic, whenever we have fever, Dolo 650 we take. So paracetamol we take. That is nothing but this structure. Metoprolol, it's action. Everything you will be having in your syllabus. Like I think in second year, all these drug action, how they act, how they are synthesized, how they are designed, they will be learning more about them. Their special studies. Now, so this way I have briefed many products, many areas where chemistry is involved, and with some which are harmful, which are slightly harmless, and which so whatever our actually we should judiciously choose the products which contain less harmful chemicals, because we cannot avoid chemicals in day-to-day life. Normally people say you simply cannot avoid, because life you are avoiding means even death also is life, death also is chemistry. Without chemistry, death also will not be there. That is the reason why we cannot avoid chemicals completely. We just have to judiciously choose which chemicals are little bit safe, which chemicals are safe, and you should understand their actions and then use them for your daily needs. And also then comes now this is the area, the reduction program. So prime importance is for this only, because you are joining a chemistry course and your seniors are going out of the course. So these are the broad career areas for a chemistry student. Teaching and research, pharmaceutical industry. You can join teaching and research means research institutes, universities, or any colleges where research is also being performed. Pharmaceutical industry, variety of so many pharmaceutical industries are there. This is the major field, major industry in India. So much growth is in fact being like it's enormous speed. It is growing already. Hyderabad is a pharmaceutical hub, and it is in fact going to expand like anything. Here you have so many opportunities, so many vacancies are being created. Only thing is you should you should understand, you should study the chemistry. So that you will be useful to this industry. So in pharma industry also, you can choose research and development side, production side. Research and development is very inspiring area, because here you will be doing research and new research will be going on, process development of new molecules will be going on. So it's a quite interesting field. And analytical production is once a product is made in lab in kg quantities, it will go into production to make in tons bulk quantities, and that once it is produced in bulk quantities like bulk drugs, again they go into formulations. In those formulation industry is also pharmaceutical industry. There they make in the form of tablets, capsules, etc. as per the dosage forms. So that is also there. Also scope is there. Analytical chemistry is mainly important because the analysis is very important for all these products. So analytical R&D is also very important. Here you have chromatography, GC, HPLC, so many, even in the mass, everything comes under this, and you can go there also with a little bit training. And formulations, as I said, is related to your area only. And other industries, there are many other industries which involve chemicals. Everywhere chemist is invited. Who is having good subject is invited always. So I always tell you, see, students, especially dear students, you're aspiring, you should aspire more. But before aspiration is very important. It is a life of it gives you life, but to make and to realize your aspirations, to reach your goals, first of all you must make yourself deserving. Unless you deserve, there may be innumerable number of opportunities, but you will not be absorbed, because we see many students which are who are coming and they don't know the simple basics of what they have studied. So that's why try to your syllabus is such that it really makes you a very good chemist, very good researcher, if studied critically and deeply and with deep understanding. Definitely you can make yourself very much deserving, and you can reach higher heights in your careers. So I always say it's better to deserve and not have it than having it but not deserving it. This holds good for any field, any work, any job you do. So first makes you yourself deserving. So and then another very famous Swami Vivekananda's quotation, one of my most favorite quotes: all the power is within you. So make yourself deserving, and all the power is within you, and sky will become the limit. And there are plenty of opportunities. So people will definitely knock your doors. Definite, that is for definite. So chemistry has got that much importance. Okay, therefore always try to make use of all the facilities provided to the fullest possible extent. Normal student complaint is, here we don't have facilities. No, facilities are there. So what facilities? You have faculty, you have labs, you have teachers who are ready to guide you, who are ready to help you. So, and you have actually this Google, you have internet. All of you people are having smartphones. So there's so much information available on the net, and try to make use of it and make yourself deserving, first theoretically and then practically. Okay, and try to learn and gain confidence before entering into any field. So that will really make you very successful. Make best use of time. You have 2 years time. It will simply fly off. Don't just waste your time. And guidance is available in the form of your teachers, the principal, and all other persons. So try to make use of them. If you don't understand any subject, ask them. They will teach you and learn. And there are people who can in fact help you also. So you should ask. Unless you ask, nobody is going to know what you need. So you should ask. See, these are the options. Organic chemistry is one of the most sought after branches in chemistry in terms of career scope, scope. So it is probably the best among all branches of chemistry. Here are some options after an MSc organic chemistry. Academic positions, I said already. One can even PhD. You can go for PhD also. One can always go for PhD in India or abroad. If you want to do in India, you need to have a good fellowship because you cannot self-finance. It's difficult. You can self-finance. You can do part-time also, but it's a long way to go. You need to work very hard, and you need to work for your. If you are financially sound, maybe you can do self-financing PhD in India also. Instead, you can go abroad also because there it is easy and plenty of opportunities. Okay. And qualify in NET to become eligible for holding a faculty position in any college university. So NET qualification is important. This your faculty will be telling you. So pharmaceutical industries are one of the largest employers for chemistry graduates, and oil and gas industry. A small number of people will go there also because chemistry graduates they need quality assurance, assets in exploration and R&D. Food industry. This is again another major area. It's evergreen area. There also chemists are needed and make use of synthetic chemistry and natural products chemistry, so that you will become. In fact, here you can become an entrepreneur also. You can become a business person also in food industry. You can establish your own business once you understand the importance of natural and synthetic chemistry. Okay. Government departments, several departments like the GSI, because they do analysis, minerals analysis, and they do elemental analysis. So they also you can check chemist. Now, these are the positions as a beginner: research chemist, chemistry project assistant, quality control chemist, toxicologist, laboratory assistant, chemistry project assistant, research, marketing executive, etc. All are for beginners. And this once you gain experience, you can do more. You can get a directorship or CEO. Anything is possible. I said, when if you feel it, if you think it, if you achieve, you work on this and that with dedication, discipline, and determination, you can achieve it. So, and you can become CEO or owner of a company also. That will not be a problem at all. So chemistry has got that much scope. Okay. As faculty, you need good communication skills, so that you can develop at student level by giving more frequent student seminars, group discussions. So you can make yourself deserving for faculty position. These are I told you, you must make yourself deserving. So basic needs, especially before entering into an industry, these are the things you should at least basics you should know. So your practical syllabus will be able to you will be having exposure in practical syllabus for all these actually important techniques. You should expose yourself. Because of COVID, if there is not enough exposure in the laboratory, you try to at least expose yourself via some training, via some Zoom sessions, and even from internet. So much information is available. These are but very important. Laboratory techniques, learning basic laboratory techniques, which you will be using in your laboratories actually for the synthesis. Actually, that is the purpose of the experiments that are designed for you. Many important laboratory techniques that will be used in industry are being taught in your practical syllabus. So try to, whatever you do, try to question, try to understand why you are doing, what is the technique behind it, what is the chemistry or physical aspects behind it. So try to gain enough knowledge and make yourself deserving for this competitive world. Okay, some of the reaction setups I am showing you. This is simply for reflexing. Here you add, here some God tube is there, this protects from atmosphere. That means a dry condition, you need dry condition, you need such kind of setup. And this condenser is for the circulation, because you will be heating the solvent, it will evaporate and it has to be condensed back. So you need a condenser. This is a simple setup. And this is for addition. Suppose if you have one more here, opening here, and neck here, maybe you can add other reactant also. 3 neck to 4 microflasks are used. This is the starter, just to shake the reaction mixer. The basic experimental setup. Every lab has got this. So try to understand what is going on, especially whenever you do an experiment. Simply don't follow the procedure and just do it and do the muck and put it in the filter paper and go off. That's what normally it is. MSc students do. They don't have time to understand what about the experiment, what they performed, and that kind of experiments are of no use. They will not prepare you for a good career in pharma industry. So this is another setup. Just wanted to show you. That's all. Thank you, slide is not there. So so that's it, madam. I finished. This is.
Thank you, madam.
If any questions from students or anyone, I'll be happy to answer. And when they can interact, they can later also they can interact. I'll give you my phone number and also my email ID.
Students, any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask ma'am, or you can post it in the chat box.
Second years also can interact. Your second years, you can also interact with madam.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
You can ask.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, my doubt was like being a student of MSc, what are the prospectus that we have to grasp in the session? But it wasn't a crystal clear explanation by yours. What are the things that we have to grasp during our academics, like in the getting into the laboratory? You had explained us in a very clear manner, ma'am.
Is it clear now? Is it
Yes.
clear? No,
Yes,
no.
yes.
Final year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you are about to complete and you want to work in a laboratory, like for PhD or as a project assistant, or like as a job, I mean, as an employee or a researcher, like a PhD student.
Like basically, I'm imported as in the job profile, ma'am, like project assistant and these things.
Yeah, that's right. I told you, no, you just try to learn the basic laboratory techniques. There are some training courses also. Like if you have already learned, try to concentrate on that. What are the different types of reactions that are being performed, like reactions under cold conditions, reactions under reflux conditions, reactions under dry conditions. So all these have got different experimental setups. So try to understand that, get some exposure to that, and also try to have a literature survey. You should know the literature survey. So that, for example, if a problem is given to you, you should be able to check whether the molecule has already been reported or any references available, and you should be able to get the reference. That is what is literature survey. So from that literature survey, you will know what is the work that has been carried out already. So from that, you know what did they, what are the reactions they did, and how they did, etc. So that you will that will give you an idea. And also, not only synthesis. Once you do the synthesis, see, you have got synthetic strategies and organic spectroscopy. They are very much crucial, especially drug designing, because understanding them is very much crucial. For example, I just tell you, I'll give you the example. Actually, examples I gave you, like, wait, I will give you. You should, especially when you go for an interview in an industry, what they ask is, what are the types of reactions you have done in your laboratory?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Simplest one I'll take. See, for example, simplest one I'll take. This paracetamol, for example. See, suppose if you are asked to make paracetamol, you know, because you have already done in the lab. But if somebody asks you to prepare, say here, a CH3 is there, here, R2 CH3 is there. In the interviews, generally asked questions. If I am the interviewer, I might ask them. See, CH3 is there. How do you prepare? Because you have learned synthetic strategies. You have learned strategies in your MSc course. Can you design a process to prepare that? I give you the starting material, phenol or cresol, orthocresol. I give you because I want you, it to be easy. So phenol also you should be able to develop, but okay, I give you orthocresol. I'm giving you orthocresol. So how you will synthesize that paracetamol containing CH3 here? Maybe they might require it for some experimental purpose. Maybe it has got antipyretic activity. They want to test. That's a research. Yeah, if somebody has not done it, maybe they are interested in doing it. They may say that. So what will you do? Do you know how can you prepare? Because your syllabus has taught you that. I'm giving you orthocresol, but asking you to prepare this. So, do you have any like clue how you can do it? For example,
like I can take the substituted form, methyl substituted.
Cresol, that is what is cresol I am giving you. So starting material I have given you. So what are the reactions you are going to perform and how you are going to work out, do work out. So first what will you do?
I take the initial reactants.
Yeah, what is the first initial reaction you do here?
Like methylation, I'll perform.
Methyl substituted OH, cresol I am giving you. No? Methyl is already there.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually they are they just now completed second semester, ma'am. So third semester it is.
So they can, simple logic. So for example, when you do nitration, I give you a clue: functionalization and functional group interconversion reactions. You have been studying from intermediate level, actually, degree level also, it must be there. What is functionalization? Introduction of a functional group into the molecule. What is functional group interconversion?
Amide.
Conversion of one functional group to another functional group. See, directly you cannot introduce this full functional group into this molecule, right? So yes, first you have to have NH2 here, aniline, yes, right? Aniline. NH2 also directly you cannot introduce. This you know pretty well because NH2 is electron rich, aromatic ring also is electron rich. Can you form a bond between those two? No. So what is a functionalization? The very famous routine reaction, nitration and reduction. Nitration is functionalization, reduction is functional group interconversion. And this acetylation is also another functional group interconversion reaction. Here, one functionalization, two functional group interconversion reactions are involved. So these are the basics. Once you finish your synthetic strategies, you will be able, even now also you should be able to, but okay, no problem, it can be understood. After studying synthetic strategies, you should be able to design what I'm trying to say is you should be able to design synthesis reactions, synthetic reactions for the molecules given, at least theoretically first. Because you have to crack the interview, right? You have to do interview well. So that type of questions are asked. So whether you have thorough understanding of the subject you have studied. Okay, that is possible by doing some simple projects, mini projects. Try to do some mini projects. So you will get the experience certificate also, and you can get some knowledge also, and you will be prepared for the pharma industry. Okay, and like that. And similarly, mainly, basically, spectroscopy also is very important. You have studied, no? Suppose if I ask you for this molecule, how many carbon 13 over? No. Proton signals you get, for example. Most common interview questions.
Yes, ma'am.
How many signals you will get here?
5, ma'am.
Okay. So that means you have like that. See, what I'm trying to tell you is to make yourself deserving. Whatever molecule you see, organic molecule, try to think in terms of synthesis. What synthetic reaction you can prepare it. How workup also is very important in industry. How you can do the workup. Once you do the reaction, you just reflux to starting materials, and how you are going to extract the product. That is also important. So you just by doing some simple theoretical study and a little bit of experimental guidance, you will be able to do well. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You must make. That's what I always tell you, and already told you also, that you make yourself deserving. Pharma industry requirements are mainly synthetic expertise, analysis, interpretation, and knowledge of various reactions, and the knowledge of various experimental conditions. That is what is enough.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have any doubts, I gave you my phone number. No, you can send message.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'll give you more details. Any other questions?
Yes, ma'am. One more doubt, ma'am. Is there any difference to become a research associate and the project research associate, ma'am?
Yeah, there is difference. Research assistant, research associate, you will get only after doing PhD generally. Research assistant is, so for example, a researcher, a guide, a professor or a scientist is having a project. So they will be recruiting some MSc students. So their project only they will be working. That may be industrial project or any other academic research orientation project. So you may not get PhD there. But if they are satisfied with your work, they may register you for PhD. And on the other hand, if you get fellowship, directly you can register for PhD. Directly you can work for PhD. That is the difference. A research assistant may not be, get a PhD degree. It depends on the guide. It depends on the guide. If he can register it, he or she can register it to get PhD degree, you will get it. Otherwise, simply you will be like an employee as a project assistant, and after the project is completed, again you will be MSc only. Only thing is with some experience that you have worked on that project. That's all. You will not be getting. Sometimes some people will give you papers depending on your work and contribution. Sometimes simply if your work contribution is less, then you may not get even paper also. It all depends on the project and on the supervisor and the guide. But if you get a fellowship, and if you self-finance, if you are trying for PhD, you can directly start working for PhD. That's a different thing. That is research fellow.
Yes,
so research assistant also can become a research fellow if the guide registers You for PhD.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go for you for PhD.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Girls, any more doubts? MSc previous students, first years, you can interact with ma'am. Ma'am, one of the student has asked, can you please tell what is the meaning of Karajinan in Telugu?
It's a Irish seaweed. Same Telugu also the same name it is showing. Even I don't know actually. It's Irish weed, seaweed. So Telugu, I didn't get any Telugu word. It is maybe let me check. We can check.
Okay, ma'am.
I'll check and because I have not checked in Telugu.
Yeah, ma'am. Even in Google also it is mentioning the same name in Telugu.
It definitely because Telugu it may not be there. That's why Carotene only because it's a seaweed, no?
Yes,
It
ma'am.
is a natural product. It is.
Yes. Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you for accepting our invitation, madam. And also we are lucky to associate with you, ma'am.
Thank you. It's an algae. It seems.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for your invitation.
Ma'am, 1 minute, ma'am. Can you share? Can you stop sharing, ma'am?
Okay. Yeah, my video was not visible.
Ma'am, on behalf of Department of Chemistry and RBVRR Women's College, please accept a small token of gratitude and appreciation for today's talk, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
I, A. Shravya, Faculty of Department of Chemistry, deem it a great honor to have got an opportunity to thank you all on this occasion. I would like to firstly extend my sincere thanks and deep gratitude to our honorable speaker, Dr. Sridevi Ma'am, Director and Managing Partner of Dhruvatara Chemicals Private Limited, for delivering a very insightful and inspirational talk on role and importance of chemistry in day-to-day life, understanding and using the subject for professional growth as a part of 1 week virtual induction program for MSc previous students. Ma'am has begin with letting us know how the life begins and the day begins with chemistry. Ma'am has told us that chemistry is an integral part of life because it is present in all the fundamental aspects of the works we do voluntarily and involuntarily every day. Ma'am has given n number of various applications and various examples where we got to know the importance of chemistry in our day to day life. Ma'am has also told us in detail about the various examples of different chemicals used in hygiene, in making food, in making makeup products, in chemistry's role in food digestion, medicine, the use of various chemicals for the proper functioning of brain and other body parts, how chemistry is related to various branches of other sciences like agriculture, ecology, biochemistry, biotechnology, economics, and engineering. Ma'am has at the end also given us a great insight about the various career opportunities and options after MSc for all the students. I'm sure, ma'am, students will keep in mind all your suggestions and will help them, it will help them definitely to improve themselves. Ma'am, indeed, your talk was very enriching and enlightening to all of us and will definitely help all the students to understand the interdisciplinary nature of science and other allied sciences. Thank you very much once again, ma'am, for spending your valuable time with us and sharing your insights and knowledge with all of us. I would like to take a moment to thank our honorable management members, Professor Mutyam Reddy sir, Secretary HMVS, Professor Sudarshan Reddy sir, Secretary cum Correspondent of the college, Principal Dr. Achuda Devi ma'am, Vice Principal Dr. Kavita ma'am for their constant support and motivation to conduct such events. My special thanks to all the coordinators and committees and cells and all the heads of MSc departments for constant support and guidance. I also like to thank Dr. Anupama ma'am for introducing such an inspirational personality to all of us, and a special thanks to HOD Dr. Jeevan Jyoti ma'am for coordinating and organizing such wonderful talks. I would also extend my thanks to all the faculty members of chemistry department and other departments for their presence and support. Last but never the least, a special thanks to all our student participants for their presence, patience, and active participation. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Come, let us all join hands to make this world a better place to live in. Thank you all once again and have a good day. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. That was really wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, this is Anupama. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, Anupama, how are you? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I also should say thank you for introducing me to us.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, can I leave?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Good day.
Thank you, dear participants. That's all for today. We'll meet again tomorrow for the third day of induction program. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Girls, even for tomorrow, you can join with the same link. The same Zoom link will also be applicable for tomorrow, girls. So please be on time. Join before 10 a.m. tomorrow with the same Zoom link. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.